Kia ora, we are the Rainbow Warriors. Our team consists of 4 warriors, Zach, Seth, Sarah, and Chris. We hope you enjoy our presentation.
Based on the Holland's vocational typology, I realized that my personality type turns out to be in a more artistic and conventional way. For instance, I prefer drawing as a way of expressing my creativity. My friends are always inspired from my works, because they can feel the emotions through it and it's somehow connected to their feelings as well. Meanwhile, I love trying new things, especially new technology in electronics, because I feel that I can always get inspired from using them. While I was using those new technologies in daily life, it always gets me think about life in a different way. These characteristics show that I'm an emotional person in an artistic way. On the other side of my personality, I think I'm also conventional. Instead of dealing with interpersonal relationships, I'm preferring work with data and regulations. Therefore, I choose operations and supply chain management as my major. When I'm dealing with numbers and data, I become more confident compared to discussing and arguing with people in business. I believe that a good management needs more on data and rules to emphasize the truth. Although artistic personality and conventional personality seem contradicted to each other, but people are very complicated and contradicted in a lot of ways. I think these 2 types of personality make me a more dynamic person.
I know I fit into the social personality because all my life I've loved doing things that involve talking and meeting new people. Communicating orally, caring and supporting, mentoring and teaching are all things I've thoroughly enjoyed throughout my whole life. The thrill of getting to meet and understand new people's cultures and ideas is something that I strive to do whenever I get the chance. I think it is very important for people to try to broaden themselves and be willing to learn from all types of people to learn more about the world. I also fit into the artistic vocational personality too. I feel this is my main vocational personality out of the 2 I've chosen. This is because I've always been a person who enjoys expressing myself artistically through forms such as speaking, writing, and performing. Things like these have always been very important to me and have always been when I am most focused and most happy. The ability to express myself in new and innovative ways, whether it be through speaking or composing a song, is exciting and poses a challenge to me. It is interesting to look at these vocational personalities and see that the degree I'm striving for is in the exact opposite side of the hexagon from where I fit. I am currently studying accounting, which fits into the conventional vocational personality. It does make sense to me, however, when I think about the type of person I am. I love art and talking to people, but it is tough to get a degree from a university which adequately uses these skills and helps you transition from the school to the workplace. This is why I study accounting, because though it may not be what I'm passionate about, I feel I will be able to better get a job, which I can then use to ultimately help me get to the place I want to be.
According to Holland's vocational typology, I find it difficult to categorize myself into only one of the 6 types of vocational personalities. This I will argue through what I understand about my own preferences and what others say about it. I find myself as both the conventional type and the social type. It is satisfying for me to organize things, follow procedures, and help people. I'm a well-considered person who is able to have a lot on my plate and still pay attention to details. I'm concerned for the well-being and welfare of others, while I in business contribute with a solid, positive, and energetic work environment. My friends, family, and earlier employers describe me as a caring, hardworking, and loyal person who work well both individually and in teams. Therefore, I find my key skills in different vocational personality types. Even though the conventional type and the social type aren't located next to each other in Holland's hexagon, I find myself somewhere in the middle, in which you will find the enterprising type. The enterprising type likes to encourage others in working in business. The enterprising type is good at planning, organizing, and leading people. Some key skills which I have good experience with from earlier jobs. This is just a few of the enterprising skills in which I can recognize myself with. Most of the key skills, according to Holland's vocational typology, I recognize myself with the social and conventional type because of their interest areas and who I am as a person.
Using Holland's vocational typology, I find myself as an investigative type. I grew up asking questions about the planet and how it works. I was fascinated with gaining new knowledge about our planet. and as a kid I was competitive when it came to solving problems. I loved math and science because there was always a right or a wrong answer, unlike English where it is only subjective. In my spare time, I like to get outdoors and travel. I love doing outdoor sports such as climbing, skiing, and boating. While these activities give me the ability to not only test myself, but to observe the planet we live on, leading me to learning more and more every day. My family and friends would both describe me as an outgoing and insightful person, always looking towards the future. I have taken my questions of the world and I plan to use my career in answering those questions. I plan on getting my degree in marketing and environmental studies, trying my best to understand our planet and the human being. Given my skills and outlook on life, this is why I believe I am an investigative type on Holland's Vocational Typology.
Graduates go through a significant change in transitioning from university to the workplace. The organization socialization theory is used to describe what a typical graduate goes through before entering a workplace. The model suggests that the transitional process can be divided into three categories: anticipation, adjustment, and achievement. Anticipation is the stage after university, and it usually comes with expectations about what should happen in the workplace. Adjustment is the stage in which you first get hired. This includes seeing everything for the first time, trying to fit in, and seeing if your expectations match reality. At the achievement stage, employees work to maintain membership. This may include adopting new values, establishing an altered self-image, and acquiring new behaviors. Following are three general problems most graduates face during this transition, and the tips we would give these graduates on how to achieve a successful integration into the workplace. One of the main problems with the transition from university to the workplace is the change in culture. A change in culture will likely happen during the adjustment period of the three-stage transition theory, because a typical workplace culture will most likely be nothing like your university's. This is because a workplace is more discussion-based with teamwork and communication, whereas your success in a university is very individualized. One tip that we have for this problem is to have an open mind and to make sure to use your experiences that you have had over your whole life rather than just experiences from within school. This includes social skills such as communication and group interaction. Next, we see a tough transition from college to career because of lack of experience and skills. This problem happens during the anticipation period of the three-stage transition theory. While getting a degree is vital for receiving a career in specialized fields, there is a strong need for work experience when applying for jobs. This work experience includes skills not cultivated in classrooms, leaving a gap between skills employee desires and skills graduates possess. To combat this problem, our idea was to get lots of work or volunteer experience, either by doing internships or joining college clubs and organizations, creating great out-of-classroom experience with real-world problems. Lastly, the final hurdle is overcoming inflated expectations. This problem can come up at either the anticipation or the adjustment part of the three-stage theory. College graduates have the idea the workplace will have strong guidance and major responsibilities, but in reality, newcomers will be the low man on the totem pole, with low responsibilities and guidance. This change can be overwhelming and stressful, feeling a sense of worthlessness. To overcome this problem, the main goal is to expect the best, but plan for the worst, staying true to yourself and believing in the work you have achieved. The transition from university to the real world is a very intimidating thing that a lot of people will have to overcome in their lifetimes. And even though we are still in university, all of us have had experiences with good role models and people who have inspired and taught us important things about entering the real world. Helen Keller once said, "Be happy with what you have while working for what you want." This is a basis all of us agree on and think is very important in life. You might not land your dream job right out of university. In fact, it could take a really long time to get to where you want to be. So be patient, as you will be successful, it just takes time.